Guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Man Drew, and I'm here to do my manga review for My Hero Academia Vigilantes, manga chapter 119, titled, I'm Still Here. And that is very accurate because I am still here reviewing My Hero Academia Vigilantes, even though, relatively speaking, nothing really happens in this chapter. Don't get me wrong, stuff happens in this chapter. Very thematic, relevant stuff happens in this chapter. But for the most part, it's mainly them fighting, as well as, dialogue from All For One, because All For One cannot shut up. But yeah, overall, when it comes to this chapter of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, I thought it was a very good chapter, if not okay. We did get a lot of cool action in this chapter that I'll go into a little bit more, but we get a lot of more thematic relevance, not just for My Hero Academia Vigilantes, but for My Hero Academia as a whole, really showing how canon My Hero Academia Vigilantes is to the actual canon My Hero Academia. That was a lot of My Hero Academia, and I'm gonna stop saying that for now. But alright, let's get right into the review. So, the chapter actually starts off with a little bit of confirmation. Yeah, Koichi took the brunt of that blast. Like, he didn't dodge it, he didn't avoid it, he took that blast like a champ, and it heavily injured him. As we also just get All For One, once again, being All For One, being a cocky twat, just saying, oh man, number 6 killed this kid. Man, I really would have loved to have the body, do experiments on his quirk, but alright, it's fine. Number 6, you gave me a lot of good research, so you can die now. That's pretty much what All For One says. He's doing his All For One speech, just talking a lot, being condescending as he thinks that number 6 has won, as Koichi has lost, as we got the line, I am still here. And as we see number 6 roaring in victory, we, weirdly enough, cut over to a few pages of just seeing number 6 as a kid. We cannot say for certain that this has actually happened, but from what we see in this chapter, this is most likely another representation of the fight and a representation of what number 6 wanted, or what number 6 is. He's this amorphous Pillsbury Doughboy looking creature who just really wanted to play heroes, play with the other kids, but because of how he looked, other kids didn't want to play with him. And that's kind of what's happening in the story. He's just this individual that is manipulated by All For One. He just wanted to be a hero, but that he was just so isolated and so alone that he couldn't really do it properly. But we see that he's finally able to do it with someone, as we get this one panel of someone walking up to number 6, potentially trying to play with him. And there is a continuation of this later on in the chapter, but from what we get with the next few pages, yes, what happened to Koichi actually happened. His All Might hoodie got completely burnt off, but we get a little bit more understanding of Koichi as a character, and how he acts as a character is very relevant and very in brand, or on brand, for My Hero Academia. How even though he is barely able to stand, and how when it comes to his quirk, it's not truly perfect defense, he can still be hurt by the blast, and that many people wouldn't blame him for running away, but that he is still here. Roll credit. But that's very important because that's just a motif, or just an idea about My Hero Academia, how heroes are truly heroes if they're able to stay and continue fighting even when their life is on the line. And as we get a little bit more context to it, as he heard this roaring monster, which reminds him of the villains that he fought, and how he would see people running away from the yelling and the screaming of the monsters, but that he would always run towards it, and how he would always try to make sure the bystanders are safe, and that he really enjoyed doing that. But also when he heard those screams, he also thought that, hey, I know these people who are being attacked and need help, but sometimes when I hear those screams, I think that, hey, maybe I could help with those monsters too. And that's just a thematic theme of My Hero Academia when it comes to what makes a hero, and that heroes should be people that save others, whether or not they are a villain or a bystander or another hero. That heroes' goal and their job is to save people, no matter who they are, if they want to be saved, and even if they don't want to, because that's what heroes do. And that's kind of the mindset that Koichi has, and what we see more of in this chapter, and how even though he's doing all of this and how he still wants to help too, that he's still going to have faith for the heroes, and how he knows that they're going to make everything right. And this could tie more into the idea that he may be waiting for another hero to come, but that he may be the hero that other people have faith in, and that he may eventually end up defeating number 6. This is where that implication in this chapter could be leading. But besides that, we once again cut over back to like this sort of kind of metaphorical situation where we get to see that the kid that was in front of number 6 was actually a younger Koichi, and how he's still here and how he's going to be here with number 6, as we get this symbolic of them playing hero, fighting each other, and how that is juxtaposed with how number 6 and Koichi are fighting in the real world, and how this fight is so great and so scary that Koichi's friends who are in the vicinity are seeing all of this happening, and most likely are going to be the ones to support Koichi and truly make him a hero, which could eventually lead to number 6's defeat. But yeah, most likely we see that they are in this chapter because most likely they are going to be playing a role in the fight later on. This fight has been going on for a while, but it seems as if we are completely winding down because now we are getting everything coming together, and especially from what we see with this last double page spread, oh boy, this is going to be great. So once again, we get more of them intersplicing the actual fight going on in the real world with this metaphorical fight of them playing and having fun and enjoying each other. It's a very nice moment that we see between number 6 and Koichi, which could imply that if number 6 and Koichi met when they were younger, that maybe the situation that they are in right now would have been completely different, and that maybe number 6 wouldn't have been evil. All he really is a kid fighting against another kid, and parallels to that, basically what Deku is to Shigaraki. So yeah, with all that going on, we're actually approaching the end of this chapter because there wasn't that much dialogue in it, only the dialogue of All For One with his monologue and his speech, as well as Koichi with his monologue and speech, and primarily whatever was going on in this chapter was intersplicing between actions between number 6 and Koichi still fighting, as well as that sort of pseudo metaphorical playing that we saw in this chapter, where this chapter ends actually with number 6 and Koichi just going at it blow for blow, both of them trying to punch and hit each other with as much force as they can, as showing that this fight is about to wind down quickly. So overall, I thought this was a really enjoyable chapter. Yeah, All For One is talking a lot. At this moment, he really doesn't add that much to the actual fight or to this story of Vigilantes. He's just there to be a pseudo-antagonistic force, as a reminder that everything that's going wrong with number 6 is directly tied to All For One and his manipulations, and how, for the most part, what number 6 has done is not completely in his own fault or of his own will, but that he still will most likely hold some responsibility for it, as well as we once again get a little bit more better understanding of Koichi as a character and what really drives him, and how pretty much this confirms that he truly is a true hero, and that no matter what happens at the end of this fight, he is still going to be a hero. He may not be the crawler itself, but he is definitely still going to be a hero, if not in his own mind, in the mind of number 6, in the mind of the people in Narita. So overall, I really enjoyed this chapter, really enjoyed the fight, and really enjoyed the development that we're seeing more with Koichi, as well as seeing more of his growth in this story that I truly do enjoy. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this chapter, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more content like this and more of my actual reviews on My Hero Academia Vigilantes, all the way up until the ending, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do all that cool stuff and do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!